Dear friend, if you can gently place your hand over your heart, you do not need to do anything else. Just sense, feel that beating, that quiet whisper that you are still alive, still held here in this life. In that seemingly simple moment, something is quietly unfolding, something unique, deep, peaceful. Tonight is not like other nights. It is not merely time stretching beyond a long, weary day. It is not just sleep to restore the body. Tonight is something sacred, as if a holy door is slowly opening, inviting you into a space where God, who has always loved you, waits quietly. No noise, no rush, just a presence filled with love, as gentle as breath. He is there, in darkness that is not fearful, like soft light slipping through a door crack, not blazing, but enough to chase away every shadow. He is visiting not because you are good enough, not because you have done something special, simply because he loves you. He knows you need him. Perhaps today you have endured so much that no one knows. Polite conversations that feel empty, forced smiles amid the chaos. Perhaps you are surrounded by people, but feel unbearably alone. Or maybe you are trying to stay strong, but deep down, you long for someone to hold you and say, "It is okay. I am here." Tonight, you do not need to be strong anymore. You may set down every burden and simply be present exactly as you are, whether that is exhaustion, hurt, emptiness, or confusion. Allow those feelings to just be, because God does not come to judge. He comes to heal. He comes to be with you. Imagine tonight as a sacred place of rest where only you and God exist. No noise, no demands upon you. You simply rest in breath, in unconditional love. Allow your heart to soften a little. Breathe in deeply and breathe out slowly. That is not just biology. It is a quiet prayer, a bridge connecting you with God. As you breathe in, imagine you are receiving life from him. As you breathe out, release the burdens that have followed you through the day. Breathe in peace. Breathe out every worry. No words are necessary. He understands you, he sees you, and he is drawing near. So very near, you may not see anything, but in the realm of your soul, a miracle is unfolding. A meeting, not through eyes, but with the heart. A touch, not by hand, but by sacred presence. Tonight could be the night of your healing, the night you truly sense he is near, the night you are no longer alone. And if you let your heart open, even just a crack, he will come in, gentle as dawn's first light, quiet as morning dew upon dry ground. But that presence is enough to soothe your heart, enough to give rest to your weary soul. Believe that tonight, something sacred is happening. It is no accident that you are here. It is not mere coincidence that you heard these words. He wants to speak to you not with a voice, but with presence, not with reason, but by feeling. And when you are ready, when your soul is still enough, he will whisper to you in a language so personal, only your heart can understand. Tonight, you are not just sleeping. You are beginning a journey of letting go, of healing, of meeting him. And I believe this journey will lead you to a place of deep peace, a place with God, with a peace the world cannot give. Stay, be present, let God visit your life. There is a very special feeling when night comes, when outside noises grow still, when the day's conversations have ended, when the city's bustle fades. Only then can you hear your own heart most clearly. But sometimes in that quiet moment, the mind grows loud. Nameless thoughts crash like waves. Unanswered questions, memories you thought were far away, return. You may be lying there in that stillness when all are asleep, yet you are restless. No one knows what you are thinking. No one truly sees what is stirring inside you. Perhaps today, you appeared fine. You smiled at others, got your tasks done, fulfilled your duties, but when night comes, all that covering falls away, leaving a true you, tired, tangled, sometimes full of doubt. You may not be sad enough to cry, but you are not at peace either, as if something within you remains lost, not yet found its home. I want to tell you something. Something you may need to hear. You are not lost. You are not wrong. What you are feeling is what gives life inside you. It is a sign that your heart is still seeking, and a seeking heart is a living heart, full of hope and very, very lovable. Someone once likened the soul to a garden. By day, it is busy with sun and wind, with invisible scratches from life's encounters. But when night comes, that garden is given stillness to listen, to be restored, to breathe. And tonight, God is entering that garden. He does not come with noise. He does not bring judgment. He does not ask what you have done or failed to do. He comes just as a patient gardener, sitting beside the driest corner of your soil, and begins to listen. You need not tidy your mind before drawing near to God. No need to pretend you are okay. No need for polished prayers. You only need to be real, to breathe out what you cannot bear to say. God hears unspoken words. God sees tears that never fell. And tonight, He is so near, closer than you think. I know. Maybe you have prayed before and felt nothing happen. Maybe you have hoped and then been disappointed. Maybe you have felt forgotten. But let me remind you, God's silence is never absence. He is at work quietly, like a potter shaping clay, molding your soul through every moment. Even when you cannot feel it, He is holding your hand. Allow yourself to rest for a moment. Just a moment is enough to open up space for God to step in. You do not have to hold everything together. You do not have to carry the whole world on your shoulders. There is one who is always holding you. Holding. Even the things you feel have spun out of control. And if you still cannot fall asleep right now, do not rush to blame yourself. Perhaps God wants you awake, so you can hear Him, not with your ears, but from a deeper place where your soul meets His sacred presence. Take a deep breath in and slowly breathe out. Do it as a prayer. As you breathe in, imagine receiving new life from Him, not hurried, not forceful, just gently filling you. As you breathe out, picture yourself laying everything down. Your worries, your fears, your anxieties, even the expectations that weigh you down. Tonight, you do not need to do anything. You only need to be, and in that place of simply being, a miracle can happen. Psalm 4:8 says, I will lie down and sleep in peace, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. This is not just encouragement. It is a promise that even in the dark of night, you still belong to a safe place. A promise that there are arms ready to hold you without condition. A promise that tonight you can sleep without having to hold everything together. You may feel tired, weak, confused, but in the eyes of God, you are still a precious soul. Not because of anything you have done, but because of who you are. Stay with that feeling for a moment. Do not rush past it, because maybe that is where healing begins. Have you ever wondered why sadness feels so heavy when night falls? As if all day long, you could bury yourself in work, fill your mind with to-do lists, meetings, things to fix. But when darkness comes, and no one is beside you, and nothing demands your attention, all the emotions you have pushed down come rushing back like a flood. And maybe, in those moments, you feel your weakness more clearly than ever. You realize you are more fragile than you thought, that you need something beyond wisdom, beyond control, beyond pride. If you are in that place right now, please do not run away from yourself. Stay. Let every emotion swirling inside of you be present. Do not silence them with polite phrases like, I am fine, or this too shall pass. Name the pain. If you can Be honest about the fear, if you are brave enough, because in that truth, a door is opening. A door that leads to a deep and real encounter, not with someone outside of you, but with God Himself, who is waiting for you. In the quiet stillness of the night, He is not waiting for you to have all the answers. He is not asking you to be stronger. Tonight, He only asks that you crack the door open, just a small space in your heart, for His light to enter. Imagine, if your soul is a room, God does not come in to rearrange it with force. He simply stands at the door and knocks, gently, patiently, and when you are ready to open it, He steps in with tenderness, bringing no accusations, only presence, a presence that is warm, real, and healing. You can whisper, "God, I do not know how to pray. I just feel tired, lost, and unsure of what to do." That alone is enough. He does not need a perfect prayer. He just wants your honesty. And when you are honest, that is when He pulls you close, like a child who has been away for far too long, finally returning home with nothing to offer but a quiet surrender. Some say the human soul is like a lamp. In the daylight, its light can be drowned out. But at night, when everything else fades away, that inner light becomes visible. Maybe your lamp has flickered. Maybe it has almost gone out. But believe this, it only takes a spark from God to make it burn again. Not by your strength, but by His life in you. And tonight, He wants to reignite that flame, the flame of hope, of faith, of unconditional love. If you feel weak, know that this is the very place where His grace can flood in. If you feel lost, know that God is still searching for you, like a shepherd looking for his wandering sheep. If you feel unworthy, remember that His love is not based on worthiness. He loves you. Even when you have not loved yourself, He comes to you not because you have done anything to earn it, but simply because you are His child. Breathe again, one more time, gently. As you breathe in, think of the life God is giving you. In this moment, a new life, pure, untouched by the dust of this world. As you breathe out, let every burden fall away from your soul, like leaves letting go, falling in peaceful surrender. God is here, and He wants to lighten your heart. And then, if your heart becomes still, if the noise within begins to quiet, you might hear Him whisper, "My beloved child, I know you, I see you. I have never left you. Even if you walk into the darkest place, I am there. Even if you feel far from me, I am closer than you know." These are true words, words you need, words that can only be heard in nights as deep as this one. You may have entered this night with anxiety, with restlessness, with unanswered questions, but you can leave this space with something far more precious. The presence of God in your heart, not loud, not dramatic, just a gentle peace slowly soaking into your soul. Stay with that feeling. Do not rush. Do not brush it aside, because tonight is not just an ordinary night. This is the night when God visits your life. Dear Father, my beloved God, tonight I do not come to you with hands full of accomplishments, but with a heart that longs to be healed. I do not come to boast about anything I have done, but to lean into your presence, like a lost child, finding the arms of their Father in the darkness. Father, I am tired, not just in my body, but in my mind, which has not truly rested in such a long time. Even when others think I am doing fine, deep inside, there is still so much noise, nameless worries, lingering doubts, and weary hopes. I have tried to stay in control, tried to be strong, pushed myself until I forgot I am allowed to be weak. Tonight, I do not want to try anymore. I give myself permission to be real with who I truly am, and I want to begin from the deepest place in my heart. Lord, please give me inner peace, not the kind that depends on everything going right, not peace that comes only when fear disappears, but the kind of peace that flows simply from your presence. Let me feel this breath as a reminder that life is still flowing through me. As I breathe in, I am receiving life from you. As I breathe out, I am letting go of all that I no longer need to carry. In every breath, please touch me, Lord, like a cool breeze in the night, like a soft light shining into my soul, like a gentle stream refreshing the dry lands of my heart. Please soothe the tight places within me, the hidden anxieties, the wounds that never truly healed. I am not asking you to change my circumstances right away, but please change my heart so that no matter what happens around me, I still have a quiet space within, a space where only you and I dwell. In that space, I can breathe, I can rest, I can lay down every mask and simply be your beloved child. And so, Father, as I begin to relax in your warmth, please cover me with your holy protection. Life is full of things that frighten me, the unexpected, the painful words, the judging glances, the storms that rage outside and inside my heart. But in the middle of it all, help me to know that I am covered, that I do not face the world alone. Your word in Psalm 91 says, "Whoever dwells in the secret place of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty." Let me hide beneath your wings tonight, like a baby bird nestled under its mother during the storm. Keep me safe from all harm, both the visible and the unseen. Surround my sleep with your heavenly light, so that no shadow of darkness can touch me. I do not know what tomorrow holds. I do not know what is waiting for me up ahead. But I do know this: you go before me. You walk beside me. You are behind me. Just as Isaiah 52:12 says, "For the Lord will go before you, and the God of Israel will be your rear guard." That truth, Father, gives me peace, not because I am strong, but because you are the mighty one who holds me with hands that never let go. In the dreams of this night, let my heart know that I am resting in heaven's embrace. Even if I fall into deep sleep, even if my mind drifts away, my soul is still being held. And when morning comes, let my heart keep the peace I found here, as if your fingerprints are still pressed gently on my shoulder, as if heaven's light still lingers after a tender touch. And now, Father, as I breathe in your peace and feel the covering of your love, I long to go deeper into the innermost places of my soul, places where old things remain unhealed, where memories have not yet closed, where burdens have clung to me for years. Tonight, I do not want to stop at comfort. I long for restoration. For deep healing, I want to be set free. Father, my shoulders have grown used to carrying weight. Not only the tasks of daily life, but expectations, guilt, and wounds I buried long ago. Sometimes, I do not even realize how much I am holding, but you see it all. You know, every invisible backpack I wear, the worries that come at night, the quiet disappointments, the regrets I cannot shake. Some things I thought I had already left behind, but they are still here, like shadows walking beside me. Father, please help me set it all down. I no longer have the strength to keep everything in my hands. I cannot save myself by trying harder. I need a hand stronger than mine, a love greater than all my wounds, and I believe that hand is yours. Help me to let go. Lord, teach me to lay my burdens at your feet, withholding nothing, no fear, no regret, only surrender, only trust, only the lightness of being held in your arms. You promised in Matthew 11:20, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." That promise is not for the strong. It is for the weary souls, and tonight I choose to be one of them, unmasked, unresisting, unpretending. I open my heart like cracked earth, longing for rain. Pour into me, Father, the rain of forgiveness, of renewal, of love that demands nothing in return. I bring before you each specific burden, the hurtful words from long ago, the shame that still haunts me, the dreams that never came to be, and the fears about the future. Take them, Lord. Turn them from weights into nourishment, like fertilizer in the soil of my soul, preparing the ground for something new. Open a new door, Father, not outside of me, but within, a door that leads to freedom. Your word in Isaiah 54:17 declares, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and you will refute every tongue that rises against you in judgment." I hold on to this as a declaration that from this moment on, no accusation from the past can imprison me. No silent sentence in my mind has the power to bind me, because you are the one who defends me. You have washed me clean in your righteousness. Father, I ask that my soul may begin again, not by changing everything outside, but by returning to you, the one who can restore all that is broken. Please, stitch together the torn places in my heart. With gentle love, heal me with patience. Create in me a heart that breathes steadily, that dares to hope, that senses the light of every new morning. Tonight, I am not just seeking sleep for my body, but rest for my soul, a true rest from worry, from comparison, from the pressure to become someone the world expects. I just want to be myself, a child resting in the Father's arms. And when morning comes, if it is your will, let my heart still carry the echo of this healing, like a sacred song that continues after the holy night has passed, like a fragrance that lingers after a gentle touch from heaven. Father, I thank you, because tonight, in the stillness, you stepped into my heart. You did not force the door open. You simply knocked, and I opened, and through that small crack, new life flowed in. Amen. There is a holy moment that unfolds when the soul becomes quiet long enough, when every noise fades like morning mist, and something real begins to stir, like the breeze brushing across the skin, like light gently touching the face, like the warmth of someone standing near. Though the eyes have not seen and the ears have not heard, it is the moment the soul realizes God is visiting, not in loudness, not in blazing light or thunder, but in a touch so gentle and yet powerful enough to awaken something that has long been asleep. Maybe it is a faith that grew cold, maybe a hope that dimmed, maybe a dream once folded and hidden deep within the heart. But when he comes near, all of it begins to stir again. Not in a burst, but like rain falling softly on dry ground. Father, I feel your presence. Even though my eyes do not see, I know you are here. Like a stream flowing through this stillness, you are not shouting, yet every breath I take seems to carry your voice. You do not shake me awake, but you gently touch, and that touch melts my heart. I want to remain in this moment, to pause all else, so that it is just you and me. Father, I used to think you were far away. I thought that only certain people got to be visited by you. But here, in this ordinary room, in this tired body, you have come, not because I am good, not because I am worthy, but because you chose to love me. You chose to come close. You chose to stay with a love that has no condition, no limit. You come like the morning light, softly piercing every layer of night, not rushing, not forcing. But once the light touches, the darkness no longer has a place to hide. The worries, the fears, the accusing voices within me, they all fall silent, because in your light, nothing can bind me anymore. I begin to see myself not through the world's distorted lens, but through the loving eyes of the Father. I am not just touching holiness, I am being held within it, as though my soul has been soaked in living water, where every stain of the world is washed away. No more striving to become something, no more torment of what if. Only one pure truth remains. I am your beloved child, and you are here. Father, please say what you long to say to me. Right now, there is nothing in the way, no door left ajar, no lingering doubts. I am ready to listen, even if your voice comes in silence, in tears, or in a deep breath. I will receive it, because now I know every word from you is a word of life. Let him whisper to you now. You may not hear it with your ears, but your heart will understand. Let your heart be an open field, and let his word fall gently, like seed. It may not sprout overnight, but do you know this? One night with him is enough to change an entire season of your life. You can say to him, whether aloud or in silence, Lord, I am here. Please speak to me in the way only you can. Then just be still. Do not pray. Do not try. Just be as if your soul is lying beside a quiet stream, and God is sitting next to you saying nothing, yet his presence healing everything. Let him enter your dreams tonight. Do not fear. Do not limit. Do not doubt. Let your soul be the space where God speaks through images, through feelings, through a silent touch. You do not need to understand it all. Just open your heart, because tonight you are not just sleeping. You are meeting God. Father, I am still here, still in this sacred space, where physical boundaries seem to fade, and only one feeling remains. You are with me. No more doubts, no more questions. In this stillness, you have come, and not just once to touch, but to stay. I feel as though a lamp has been lit inside me, small but warm, and its light is spreading slowly into places I had avoided, shining into drawers I locked long ago. You do not force me to open. You simply wait, and your light makes it impossible for darkness to hide. Maybe I forgot who I was. Maybe life, circumstances, and the voices of others made me lose sight of my true self. But now, under your loving gaze, I remember I am a precious child of heaven, not because I am talented, not because I am successful, but simply because you created me out of love. You have been present in all of my pain, even in the moments when I thought you were absent. You were there in the tears no one saw, in the embraces I longed for, but never received, in the nights I prayed without words. And tonight, you gather all of those moments and place in my hands a gift, the fullness of your presence. I do not know how to describe this feeling. It is both peaceful and powerful, as if I am being washed clean, unburdened, brought home to myself, home to the root of my soul, home to the arms of the Father. Father, please stay, not just tonight, but in every tomorrow. In every step, in every decision. I do not want to live apart from you anymore. I do not want to encounter you only when I am weak. I want you to be my dwelling place, my home, my breath, my morning light that I need each day. Teach me how to tend the flame inside me. Even if storms come in the days ahead, I want to hold on to what I feel tonight. Let me remember this. Once I have encountered you, I cannot go back to who I used to be. Not because I am now perfect, but because my heart has tasted the deepest truth. This life can offer a true encounter with God. And Father, if you will, please use me. Let me be a small light, guiding someone who is lost, a stream of water for the soul that is parched, a word of comfort for someone lying awake at night, just as I once did. I do not want to keep you for myself. I want to share what I feel like a flame passed from one heart to another, from soul to soul. Lord, make a home within me, not just as a guest who visits, but as the one who stays, Though the world may change and my heart may waver, let your presence always be my anchor, my safe place, the reason I stand firm through every season. And now, as my eyes begin to close, as my breath slows, as my body is wrapped in sleep, my soul remains open for you to enter my dreams. Speak to me through images only. You can paint. Touch me with a language beyond words. Let the sacred not end with sleep, but continue into every dream, every memory, every awakening. I sing within my soul, like a song without sound, only felt. Lord, stay with me. Do not leave when I fall asleep. Do not let me forget. By morning, what happened tonight? Please stay. Stay forever. And if tonight, somewhere far away, someone else is lying awake restless, just as I once was, please let the light from this encounter reach them. Let the world know God is still visiting people, one soul at a time. I thank you, not just with words, but with a heart full of gratitude, because you came, and now I am no longer the same. Amen. If you are still awake, if your heart still carries the warmth of His sacred presence, hold on to this moment a little longer. Do not rush away. Do not let the current of life pull you back too quickly, because what just happened was not just a prayer. It was an encounter. Something real took place. And if you feel your soul softening, your spirit calming, as though something deep within you has just been comforted, then yes, that is exactly what happened. You were touched. You may not know how to express what you feel. Maybe all you can do is sit in silence, eyes misty, heart quietly trembling. That is okay. You do not need to explain it right now. But if you can, if your heart feels ready, then share. You do not have to write something long. You do not have to be eloquent. Just one sentence. God visits me tonight. Or simply, the Lord has come to me, because every word spoken is like a small candle. When you light it, you do not only warm your own heart, you may warm someone else's who is wandering in the dark. You may never see them, may never know their name, but they are out there. Someone else, restless, anxious, searching, just as you once were. And when they read your words, they may be encouraged to open their own heart. They may begin their own encounter with God, because you were brave enough to share the light you received. You know, we are not called to keep the light for ourselves. We are called to shine, to become part of the great web of love God is weaving across this earth, from one soul to another. And tonight, you are a thread in that tapestry. Imagine all across the world, there are hundreds, maybe thousands, who are praying just as you are, breathing in peace, whispering His name, letting tears fall in healing. Even if you are alone in your quiet room, you are not alone. You are part of a sacred community, those being visited by God. And if you feel encouraged, if you hope someone else might be touched, just as you were, click like, not to show off your faith, but to say, I have met God, and He is real. That small gesture might be the sign someone else is waiting for. They are on the edge between belief and unbelief. And you, yes, you might be the very sign they need. This community, this gathering of night-long prayers, is not made up of perfect people. It is a place for the real ones, those who have been hurt, who have lost faith, who have fallen, who have felt alone, but they chose not to stay in the dark. They chose to seek the light, and God, who is always present, where 2 or 3 turn their eyes toward Him, is weaving new life from those very souls. If you feel led, you are invited to leave a prayer for someone else. Just a short one is enough. It could be something like, may the anxious find peace, or, Lord, please hold the one who is hurting. Sometimes the prayer you write down, without even knowing, will reach someone somewhere. Someone may read it and they will cry, not because they are weak, but because someone from afar understood them. This is how we keep the flame alive. This is how we stay awake together, not just with our bodies, but with awakened spirits. Night no longer needs to be a place of fear. It becomes a space for encounter, for connection, for the spreading of sacred light from the one who never stops loving. You have stayed awake with me. Now, let your light stay awake with someone else. Leave a testimony, a comment, a prayer, and believe this: we are not just sharing emotions, we are spreading the light of God. Father, now that this night has grown deep in stillness, now that souls have grown quiet after the touch of your presence, I want to offer this final prayer as a soft blanket, gently laid over hearts still stirred with sorrow. Let this prayer not be just sound, but a stream running deep through the spirit of every listener, quietly, gently, bringing warmth from heaven. Father, first, I want to intercede for those living in fear. They may not speak it aloud, but their hearts tremble at the thought of tomorrow. Fear of loss, fear of failure, fear of being abandoned, fear of not being enough, fear of things that have not yet come, but already haunt their minds. They may still smile, still fulfill their duties, but deep inside, there is a closed room filled with boxes of anxiety. Tonight, I ask you to gently touch the door of that room with your presence. Lord, step into the places where fear has ruled for too long. Like a patient artisan untangling threads, please slowly undo every knot in their hearts. Whisper to them the promise of Isaiah 41:10. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. Let that word become a protective shield over their minds when fear tries to rise again. Let them know they are not facing the darkness alone. You walk with them step by step, moment by moment. Breathe upon their minds and clear the fog. Shine your light into every dark corner where fear has made its home. And more than anything, let them feel arms, though invisible, gently wrapping around them, patiently, tenderly, never letting go. And now, I pray for those who are suffering, not on the outside, but with silent pain, wounds no one sees, but that never go away. It might be the pain of loss, the loss of someone dear, the death of a dream, the loss of themselves. It might be the pain of betrayal by words, by silence, by those they loved the most. Or maybe it is pain with no clear name, just a daily cracking inside. Father, draw near to these souls. Ease the wounds that bleed without blood. Place your healing hand on every broken place. Let them know you are not far, that when they cry, you cry too. When they collapse, you kneel beside them. And when they can no longer pray, you pray for them with groanings too deep for words. Your word in Psalm 34:18 says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." Let that truth become medicine for their bleeding hearts. Help them know this pain is not meaningless. It will not last forever. Even wounds can blossom when touched by you. Tonight, let those in pain truly rest, not as an escape, but for restoration, like a warrior laying down their armor, setting aside the weight and lying down in peace, knowing they are being held by the one who never sleeps. And Father, in this deep night, I lift up to you those who feel numb, those who no longer feel color in life. Maybe they are not in agony, not in despair, but inside them is a quiet emptiness, no shape, no sound, No name. Each day blends into the next like a song with no melody, no excitement, no energy. Nothing calling them to rise in the morning, just a tiredness that hums through every cell. Not loud, but slowly wearing them down. Father, rekindle the flame in those souls. Come like an artist, repainting the skies of their hearts with gentle hues. Not loud, but warm. Not blinding, but soft. Help them see that this emptiness is not the end, but an invitation to depth. When the outer shine fades away, that is when we begin to notice the beauty within the beauty of your presence. Place a new seed within them, tiny like a mustard seed, but filled with life, with hope, with possibility. Stir in them something to look forward to, a light ahead, an embrace they will receive, a whisper from you they will soon hear. Let them know this blank space is not their finish line, but the quiet canvas where you will begin the next chapter. And Father, finally, I pray for those who feel lost, those standing at a crossroads, unsure of which way to turn, those who have journeyed far but are no longer certain if they are still on the right path, those whose faith once burned bright but now flickers in the wind. Perhaps they once walked closely with you, but got lost in the fog of choices, pressures, and the temptations of life, and now they no longer know who they are, where they belong, or whether to continue or give up. Father, come close to them now, not to rebuke, but to guide, not to force decisions, but to stay beside them until they are quiet enough to hear you. Be the gentle map within their hearts, so each step is not just guided by logic, but by the stirring of the Spirit. As you once led the Israelites through the wilderness, with a pillar of cloud by day and fire by night, lead them too, not with speed, not with pressure, but with the rhythm of love. Let them know that direction does not always come as a blazing light. Sometimes it is just one illuminated step in the dark, yet enough to keep walking. If they are weary from deciding, let them pause not to give up, but to refill with peace. If they have gone down the wrong road, give them courage to turn back. If they still do not know where they are headed, give them the faith to say, I do not know, but you do, and I will follow you. Father, for every group I have prayed for tonight, the fearful, the hurting, the weary, the lost, I now wrap them in your robe of mercy. May each one of them, in this very night, be covered in the gentle presence of your love, like a warm blanket for the soul, like a cool breeze over wild gardens, like living water on parched earth. Let this night be a marker in time, not for something dramatic, but for something quietly changed inside, a new feeling, a lighter breath, a flicker of hope, a heart turning upward. I bless the one reading these final words, wherever they are, whatever condition they are in. Father, hold them close. Let even the unspoken things in their heart be fully known by you. Let them know to be loved is enough. To be seen by you is enough. To be held by you is more than enough. Tonight does not end in loneliness. Tonight ends in peace, because there is one who never sleeps, watching over their soul. Amen. And now, if you are still here, if your soul is still breathing in sync with this prayer, allow yourself to take one last step, a soft one, a quiet one, a breath-like step, like the feeling of a blanket gently covering your body right now. No more words, no more teachings, just a lullaby for your heart to be carried into sleep. Guarded by God, close your eyes slowly now. No need to rush. Breathe in gently. Breathe out deeply. Breathe in the life given by the one who created you. Breathe out all that you no longer need to carry tonight. You have walked a long journey, not just through this prayer, but through life, through faith, through learning how to love yourself in a world full of struggle. And now, you do not need to try anymore. It is time to rest in the truth that God never sleeps. He stays awake, so you can sleep in peace. You do not need to fix anything else tonight. You do not need to understand everything. You do not need to make it all right. Tomorrow may still hold questions. There may still be responsibilities. But tonight, you are allowed to lay it all down. Let your mind be light. Let your heart breathe. Let your soul rest in a space where heaven gently touches earth. Picture this. You are lying in a sacred field. No anxiety, no noise, no demands. Only the real presence of God, like wind brushing your skin, like light resting gently on your eyelids, like the quiet hum of a father sitting at the foot of his child's bed. You are watched over. You are loved. You are covered. Maybe letting go feels unfamiliar. Maybe your mind is used to constant thinking, constant bracing, but tonight, God is inviting you into something different, to let go into Him. No resistance, no fear, no effort. Just breathe, just trust, just close your eyes and let your soul float into sleep like a small boat on a peaceful river. Father, please hold this beloved one. I do not know their name. I do not know the story they carry, but you do. You see them. You understand. You are here near the pillow they rest on, in the breath they draw, in every second as they drift into sleep. Watch over every dream. Wrap up every sad memory and place it gently in the past. Wipe away the tears hidden in the deepest places. And most of all, stay with them through the night. Be the soft light in their dreams. Be the whisper in their waking. Be the peace that lingers on their skin after a night of holy rest. Dear one, you do not need to do anything more. You do not need to try to hold on to this feeling. You do not need to worry about forgetting. God does not need you to remember every word. He only wants you to rest in peace. And if tomorrow this feeling fades a little, it is okay, because what He planted in your heart tonight, it is still growing. It will keep blooming in its own way, in its own time. Quiet, steady, real. Now, just breathe. Just close your eyes. Just believe you are being held in the arms of the one who never lets you go, the one who visited tonight and who will stay always. Sleep well. Rest in the presence of the Father. May you wake with a lighter heart, softer eyes, and a new life waiting for you. Amen.